NASA crisis. Over 20% of workforce seeks to leave amid budget cuts and leadership chaos. A staggering revelation has emerged. Over 20% of NASA's workforce is seeking to leave the agency. This significant figure, confirmed by NASA to CBS News on Friday, highlights a growing concern within the organization. In total, nearly 4,000 employees, specifically around 3,870, have submitted applications to exit NASA through two phases of the Deferred Resignation program initiated during the Trump administration. The deadline for these applications is set for midnight on Friday. If these deferred resignations are approved, NASA's workforce, which currently stands at approximately 18,000, would be reduced to about 14,000. This reduction also accounts for around 500 employees who have left through regular attrition, as stated by the agency. Cheryl Warner, a spokesperson for NASA, emphasized the agency's commitment to safety, stating, "Safety remains a top priority for our agency as we balance the need to become a more streamlined and more efficient organization and work to ensure that we remain fully capable of pursuing a golden era of exploration and innovation, including to the Moon and Mars." The breakdown of applications reveals that approximately 870 employees opted to leave during the first round of the Deferred Resignation program, while around 3,000 employees applied in the second round. This program, designed as a buyout initiative, was introduced by the White House's Department of Government Efficiency at the beginning of the Trump administration, aiming to cut costs and downsize the federal workforce. In a related development, a White House budget proposal, released in May, suggests a drastic funding cut for NASA, reducing its budget by about 25% for the fiscal year 2026, from approximately $24 billion to $18 billion. Adding to the turmoil, NASA has faced a leadership crisis in recent months. In December, President Trump nominated billionaire private astronaut Jared Isaacman, a close associate of Elon Musk, to take the helm as NASA's next administrator. Musk's company, SpaceX, holds several contacts with NASA, which adds another layer of complexity to the situation. However, in late May, President Trump withdrew Isaacman's nomination just before the Senate was set to vote on it, leading to a public fallout between Trump and Musk shortly thereafter. Earlier this month, the president announced that Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy would temporarily oversee NASA, further complicating the agency's leadership landscape. This situation raises important questions about the future of NASA and its ability to maintain its mission in the face of such significant workforce changes and leadership instability. What do you think about the implications of these resignations? Are they a sign of deeper issues within NASA, or simply a response to external pressures? Share your thoughts in the comments. NASA's big departure. 20% of workforce to leave the space agency. A mass exodus at NASA. What's behind the sudden departure of 20% of its workforce? Imagine a scenario where 1 in every 5 employees at a prestigious organization like NASA decides to leave their jobs. Sounds alarming, right? Well, that's exactly what's happening at the U.S. National Aeronautics and Space Administration, where a whopping 20% of its workforce is set to depart. But here's where it gets even more intriguing. The exact reasons behind this mass exodus are still unclear. According to a NASA spokesperson, around 3,870 individuals are expected to bid adieu to the space agency, although this number may fluctuate in the coming days and weeks. This means that the remaining workforce will be approximately 14,000 strong. But what could be driving this sudden and significant departure of talent from an organization that's been at the forefront of space exploration and innovation? As we delve deeper into this story, it's essential to consider the broader implications of such a massive brain drain. Will it impact NASA's ability to pursue its ambitious goals, such as returning humans to the Moon and sending the first woman to Mars? Or will the agency be able to adapt and thrive despite the significant loss of talent? The numbers behind the exodus. To put this into perspective, 20% of NASA's workforce is a substantial number, equivalent to nearly 1 in every 5 employees. This raises several questions. What are the underlying reasons for this mass departure? Is it due to factors like burnout, lack of job satisfaction, or perhaps a more attractive offer from the private sector? And how will NASA address the resulting skills gap and ensure a smooth transition? The impact on NASA's future. As NASA continues to push the boundaries of space exploration and scientific research, the loss of 20% of its workforce could have significant implications for its future projects and initiatives. Will the agency be able to maintain its momentum and achieve its goals despite this setback? Or will it need to reassess its priorities and adjust its strategy to compensate for the loss of talent? Your turn. Share your thoughts. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this sudden departure of NASA employees. Do you think this mass exodus will have a significant impact on the agency's future projects? Or do you believe that NASA will be able to adapt and thrive despite this loss of talent? Share your comments below, and let's start a discussion.